Hey everybody, AwesomeMattG here, and today we have another Minecraft server update video. So we're gonna start today with saying that this is my world on update 1.5. Obviously not much has changed. Um, the only thing I had to do in 1.5 for the update was I wanted to just reset the Nether completely. So that the new quartz ore that appears in the Nether would appear for us. So I did that, and I've been in there and I've mined some of the quartz. So when I go through the Nether to show y'all what our Nether looks like now, um, I think all the quartz you're going to see is quartz that's like in the roof over lava and stuff like that, because I've mined a lot of it already. Um, but we haven't really fully explored the Nether, being that the update's only been out for a couple of days. Um, but anyway, if you look on my mini-map, you can see that Tricky has come back to the server again, obviously. This is, I don't know if this is the completed bazaar that he has in his mind, but it is most definitely in progress. I've got some roads coming around here, but everything looks, what's in here? Okay. Yeah, so it's definitely not completed. There's no doors, no ladders and stuff. There's also no like little shanty buildings inside, but I don't know if that's going to be up to the people that want to put a place in the bazaar, stick like villagers in here that can sell goods and whatnot. That would be awesome. But he's been working on that over the last couple of days, and he and I have been discussing the large project. As you can tell, I don't know what's wrong with Ray's minimap, whether it's Ray's minimap that's acting funky or ModLoader that's acting funky or something, but these names on these name tags go fuzzy like this, and then when I get a certain distance away from them, they go clear again, and I don't really know what's doing that. If any of you guys know what the problem is, let me know so that I can fix it for next time. But in the meantime, it's not really gonna prevent me from showing stuff off right now. So let's head into the Nether. When I reset the Nether, I also made sure to enter the Nether through this portal. So this is the primary exit as well. If you enter a portal anywhere within 1,000 meters of this one, you'll come out here. I figured that was better to come out at the spawn location than it was at what is now Neverlast's place. So let's go through here and check this out first. Ha ha ha! I hate that music. Oh, creepy. Anyway, I think there's some quartz down there. Ah, well, I can fly. Screw it. We'll just do this. So yeah, this is what quartz ore looks like, for those of you who haven't seen it. The corners look a little funky. I think he might end up changing the corners. I know it looks fine when they're connected like this, but when they're off by themselves like that, that looks a little odd. I don't know. I may go into my personal texture pack. Speaking of which, if you want my updated texture pack for 1.5, link is in the description below. But I might actually come in here and erase these corners. Like, copy and paste the corners off of these things. The regular netherrack block, so it doesn't look so awkward in the middle or at the corners. Because I feel like that looks a little strange. But our portal's in a little bit of an awkward spot. We might build a little safe room around it, but if you come around here, down these stairs, you'll see that right here we actually have another fortress. Is that what these are called? So yeah, you come through here, hang a right. I don't think anybody's been in here yet, but I know myself and Tricky are well aware of its location. Sorry for the lag, I haven't actually come out into this area yet. So the game is actually creating land at the moment. Anyway, this will be fun to explore. So we'll see what we can find in here. Ooh, what is... Sorry, hold on. Okay, it was just a downward area with some mushrooms in it. Anyway, so let's head back, and we'll go up to the normal world for now. I don't want to get lost. I don't know the Nether very well. Actually, I was down here. Here we go. Am I here? Okay. Whoop, that's down. Don't want to do that. I don't know if I can die in lava while in creative mode. I don't really want to test it right now either. Okay. So, there's that. I've collected a good deal of quartz, but I don't really have a project for it yet. I was thinking initially I wanted to make our server project out of it, but I talked to Tricky about it, and he was like, "Oh, we're gonna need like a metric fuck ton of quartz, so yeah, it's probably not the best idea." And I thought about it for a while. I was like, "Yeah, you're kind of right," because we'll get over there and I'll show you what the server build is gonna be. But in the meantime, we're gonna head out this way. This person's like 1,500 meters away, so I'll probably cut the video here and pick it up in a few minutes when I get a lot closer. Okay, so for those of you who've been watching my Minecraft server update videos since basically the beginning, you're probably going to be familiar with this new guy on the server. This is Jeroen, who was the owner of the first server I was on. And I have not been out to his place yet. Okay, so he's obviously in here. Just been doing some standard digging. Well, this is interesting. Well, I don't exactly know what's going on here. I don't know if this is kind of like an awkward quarry or... Interesting. Let's poke my head around a little bit and see if I can find something else. Here he's got a little farm. It is very well possible that that is all he's gotten accomplished so far, which is fine. He hasn't been on the server long. Oh, he's got a couple of ravines connecting each other. Kind of like his area because it's extreme hills. Let's see if there's anything over here. Negative. Okay. So, let's head back to the real world. While he's like he's out here in some, you're in some fake plastic world. Anyway, while we're heading back out here, we're gonna go over to my place next because I finished my secret project and I want to show it off. But in the meantime, what was I gonna say? Oh, a couple of spots had opened on the server. I've already given one away, just out of somebody that was extremely helpful and never asked for anything. And I was like, "Hey man, you've been really helpful, so you want to get in on this?" And he was like, "Yeah, sure." But he's not on the server yet, as far as I know. I've added him to the server, but I don't think he's actually gotten on and picked a place to live. We'll get to him later. Hopefully next week he'll have something. But as far as the other person is concerned, Red Beef notified me that he wasn't going to be able to be on for a long time. So he's like, go ahead and give my spot away, and if I decide to come back later, I'll give you a PM and ask you if I can get back in on that. But I forget who the other guy is, but another guy told me that he wasn't going to be able to come back for a very long time either. So to go ahead and give his spot away. And basically same situation. He was like, you know, I've got a whole bunch of stuff to do. I really can't do Minecraft. So go ahead and give my spot away, and if I decide later that I want to get back in on it, I'll send you a message and ask if I can get in. So basically, simple enough. Down in the comments below, let me know if you want to get in on the server. I would prefer if you told me what style of player you were, whether you're an explorer or whether you're a builder or whether you're really good with redstone or whether you like to quarry, or if you like to do multiple different ones. I myself am more of a quarry slash, you know, a little bit of a builder. So just give me an idea and say, you know, hey, I wouldn't mind being on the server, and then I'll go through there and I'll read what everybody has to say and I'll just choose one. Relatively simple. That's awkward. Tops of those trees are gone. Anyway, so we're actually getting really close to my house now. So, we'll come down here and we'll see what I've been working on. Keeping in mind that to show this off easier, I had to cut the roof off of what I was doing. So I'm going to be replacing the roof area. I don't know if I showed this in one of the other videos, but there's a Nether portal for my location. I decided to put it up there in case pigmen came out, I could see them easier. Alright, so let's go in here and see what's going on. I know what's going on, but you don't. Oh, by the way, there's the quartz that I've picked up so far. Blocks, pillars, chiseled, slabs. I haven't made a set of stairs yet, but I think it's made out of regular blocks. But yeah, the quartz is affected by fortune, so I've been mining it with Santa's Little Helper, and that's been able to enable me. Whatever. That's given me more quartz than it normally would have. So as you can probably see, the little water area where my, what are these things called? Nether chests? Anyway, I've broken out the back, so I've made a little window for my cows. They like water. Isn't that right, Mr. Moomers? Well, screw you too, bro. Anyway, so I've dug this out. And you can now swim down here. Put a little chest area, not for any reason in particular. I was sticking cobble and junk in there as I was mining this out so I could get rid of it. But anybody on the server is welcome to come down here and give this a shot. Through here. This is not it. This is just, as I was digging this area out, I found a couple of mine shafts. So I left this in so I could come explore the mine shafts. So I'd like to ask you not to come in here and mess with these, because I'm going to explore that kind of stuff. But this is actually what I've been working on. I'm going to stick an iron door right here. So make sure you got plenty of time before you walk through, because you're going to open the iron door and then it's going to slam shut behind you. And then you're going to be stuck in here. And this is a maze. I don't know if anybody remembers one of my old worlds that I used to play with Capricious. We built a really big one. And this one is about, pardon me, it's about the same size, but not length and width-wise. Oh, also, I'm going to build the ceiling on this level, so there's going to be one open area of blocks up here, where the torches are, so the only light you're going to be getting is overhead ambient light. So most of the time there aren't going to be any enemies in here, but periodically like a zombie or something might spawn in a dark corner. So just keep that in mind. So anyway, you're going to have to navigate through this cobblestone maze to eventually make it to the exit, which will lead you down into maze level 2, which is made out of netherrack. So that'll be fun. And eventually, again, the roof is going to be netherrack right here. And then you'll make your way around through to this area, to the final level, which is conveniently made out of glass. Evil. Anyway, and this one is disorienting for me, even though I built it. Let's jump down over here, and so I can barely tell where certain things are. Oh, that's a corner. You can't really, with glass blocks, you can kind of see through some of them completely, and some of them you can't. Like, I have no idea how deep that wall is until I walk to the side. So that's a little awkward. Oh, that's a dead end too. Crap. Well, this goes on. So this will be interesting. And then eventually this leads to an exit over here, which leads you further down. And then there's a tunnel which leads you back up, and then you get a little prize. But read those signs, please, because the signs are important. There's signs over by the exit. That's what I was talking about. So anyway, oops, let's head over and we'll check out, well, we're not really going to check anything out. We're going to check out a blank area of land, but it's going to be where I want to build the public build. By the way, this is the exit of that maze. You come out through that thing. So, made a little design out of cobble, primarily because you can't build ladders up that and climb it. And then there's chests at the top with your reward and whatnot. So don't fly up there and steal it, because I'll be angry and I'll, I don't know, shank you with this. And it's a mean sword. Take that. It's got fire and knockback, so be careful. Anyway, out here, once again, I can never remember what I do in my Minecraft videos from week to week. I don't know if I've actually shown you the area out here I plan to build in, but I'm going to come out here and show it to you now. Everybody that remembers, there's the public quarry right here. Right here. Right here. There it is. I see it. Not a whole lot of progress has been made on here. I think Nick told me he was going to be busy for a week or two. But if you hang a right on this sky bridge, it ends right about here and goes into a village. And then the village has one street heading off to the left that just abruptly stops. I'm going to continue it out here eventually, slash set night. Oh, slash time set. Let's just do that. I feel like I showed this in the last video, but this is going to be, for those of you who can see it, there's torches here, and then there's going to be torches like over here and over here. Easier to see at night, obviously. But anyway, what we're going to build here is a 1-to-1 scale model of the Colosseum of Rome. I found a website that has detailed measurements as far as how big the outer walls were, how big the inner walls were, how many steps there were, or seats, how big the main floor was, oval shaped wise. So, well, that didn't work. Slash time set. There we go. So yeah, that's going to be roughly an oval shape, with the torches being the outermost sections of those four sides. Um, there's also something like, I don't know, I didn't look at the website in the last maybe week or so, but there's also something like 20 or 30 archways. That's the only part that isn't really going to be accurate. Uh, Due to the shape that we're going to have to mold it, we can't actually put in a bunch of easy access archways. So we're probably going to limit the number of entrances to anywhere between 4 and 8 actual archway entrances, just because it'll be easier for us to put those on the building. I'm thinking 6, maybe 2 on the left and right, like one each, and then 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom, since the top and the bottom, as the way we're looking at it here, are actually going to be much wider than the other sides. But we'll probably have to figure that out as we're building. But we're probably going to make these out of stone bricks, just because those are going to be much easier to get the materials for. So this is going to have, like, when we're all said and done, this is going to have, hopefully the archways will be powered. They'll open and close. What else are we going to do? We're going to have redstone automated trap doors that should open randomly. And they're going to be little 2x2s, so it's much easier for you to be running around and then have it open at random and you fall in. Underneath, there's not going to be anything really deadly. There might be a little pit with some animals in it. Animals? No, enemies. And then you can either fight through them or escape through like a ladder or something. And then I'd like to figure out a way to put a... I've seen redstone elevators, and I want to put in 1 or 2 redstone elevators underneath that will rise up mob spawners, and the mob spawners will be down underneath just spawning mobs, and then when the elevator is activated it'll pop up, and then the mobs that were being spawned will just rush out onto the field and chase people down. I'm thinking of doing like spiders and creepers, maybe poisonous spiders. We'll figure that out later, but that's going to be really interesting when we're all said and done. But the thing's going to be about 50 blocks high, so that's going to be pretty substantial wall height there. So that seems to be about all of the updates for this week. I'm pretty excited that now that Tricky's back, we can finish up on the bazaar over at the spawn location, and then we can get started out here. And once we get some stuff going there, we'll get some really good, hopefully some really good update videos. And what I may do is when the Coliseum gets completed, I may, for a short period of time, make the server open to the public and let everybody come in and experience the Coliseum. Granted, if you were a public player, you wouldn't be allowed to build or break blocks, unfortunately. Because if I'm going to let anybody in here, I don't want the risk of you damaging our world. But no offense, it's just I know some people out there are malicious, and I'd rather not have the one person ruin it for everybody else. So we'll just have to do it that way. But in the meantime, stay tuned. Next week we'll have another update. Hopefully the bazaar will be finished and we'll actually have started some work on the Coliseum. And we might actually have those 2 new players to show off. So stay tuned, and I'll see you guys next time.